Good field position here as they start this drive from their 43. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Got the quick pass. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Back to pass. He'll get rid of it. Catch in the middle. It's Smith. Chopping up this defense, and they've got it all the way down to the 23. Clemson has just been prolific at the receiver position. More scheme or more talent? I'd argue it's both, David.
Yeah, I argue more talent over the years, just dudes on the outside that win. And you know what? I think Clemson, as much as anybody in the country, has always featured those guys. And you want to play one-on-one with those guys, or you want to give them a cushion, like they'll throw it right now. And they've always believed in those guys out wide. And you know what? They usually come through for them.
Wants to throw on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, and really, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
He'll pull it down.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Clemson trying to put its paws on a productive red zone trip. Back to throw, it's Klubnik. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted, big play, stops the drive. He stopped, not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football.
Really nice job there by the defense, because I think they baited the QB into trying to fit that one in over the middle of the field. Remember, it's a big zone coverage. They've all got their eyes on him back there in the pocket, and they just let him feel like, maybe I can fit this football in. Not so fast. They come away with the pick.
To the air on first down. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. They didn't give him much on the return, but they were in prime scoring position at the 22.
And that's his second big play for this defense. Man, he does such a great job locking into the quarterback, breaking on the football. 2 interceptions already in the first quarter.
Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Oh, and they corral the ball, so they avoid the turnover, but man, did they lose a chunk of yardage. And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. To the air, it's clubbed it. It falls incomplete, and that'll be the final play of the period. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. A return there would have just been icing on the cake. They'll just have to settle for the cake at the 23. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. Dances away. And with not much doing downfield, he found his parents open in the stands and threw it to them.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
And back to the air on second down. Here comes the heat. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
Back to pass, it's Castellanos. He makes the catch. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
Looking to throw on first down. Starting to feel a little pressure. Had to throw it before he wanted.
Yeah, and your first job is to affect the quarterback and try to get him off his spot. They get him off the spot. He gets outside the pocket, and a nice job chasing, not quitting, getting to the quarterback, and still getting a good lick as he's throwing the football.
After the incompletion, they go back up top. With the catch, it's Holmes. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
Wants to go up top on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
We know this guy's a weapon, not just taking handoffs, but he can catch the ball too. That play, not so much. Got to do a better job reeling it in.
Wants to throw again. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. And he just held on to the football too long, and the defense rolled him out of bounds and forced the loss.
I tell you what, you got to love the way this defense attacks downhill. I mean, they see QB run, they pull the trigger. They're not waiting. There's not a lot of guys standing around watching, playing so fast, stringing that thing out, nowhere to go with the football. He can't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Going for the big play. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play. The Noles racing to the line in the hurry-up. On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. To the air, it's Klubnik. Quickly complete. Oh, he's got some space. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
Man coverage, when they get up in your face, they make things hard. You want to be able to attack the whole field and get them leaning one direction and then break outside like you did there. Nice out-route connection, nice chemistry between quarterback and wide receiver.
They've got it down to the 32. First and 10 coming. Looking downfield on first down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Throws toward the end zone. And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
With the run on first and goal. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. Boy, if that first down play was any indication, they might walk this thing in on second and goal. Tries again to get it in. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on second down, this little third to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
Looking to throw on third and goal. Grabbed over the middle. It's Davidson. Absolutely nowhere to go as his defense makes a third down stop.
And really good job knowing I don't get in the end zone. I got to get close to the end zone, be ready to break on the football as soon as they throw it. I can't give up any yards after the catch, and they don't right there.
They can make this a 2-possession game with a field goal, but they want to put a little distance, a little cushion to their lead. Touchdown, Tigers! Quick strike through the air for the score. That touchdown gives his team a pretty significant lead at this point.
And that's what you want. You want to start fast. You want everything to come out and start clicking, make some plays. It doesn't always work that way, but when you do, man, the energy, the crowd, everybody's into it. Now the other team better respond.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll move the tight end. To the air, it's Castellanos. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. Backed up now, here's second and long. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Here he goes breaking the pocket. Unloads to the wideout. Another interception. That's his fourth of the day. Just a short return, but that would have been icing on the cake. They've got it first down at the 42. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Wants to throw on first down. The short hands, it's Williams. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. Clemson jumps to the line. Second down, they'll go to the air. Grabbed in the middle, it's Moore. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. Looking to push the pace with the no huddle. To the air on first down. A strike downfield. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5. Just like that, a hat trick of completions, and they're on the doorstep.
3 plays, 3 beautifully executed plays. This offense is in a really good rhythm. This defense better change something quickly because this has been way too easy.
Now on first and goal, a score here, and that mountain is huge if you want to make a comeback. Going up top again. Back's got it. Touchdown, Tigers! And they take it in for 6 more points.
All you can say is how impressive has this team been at home today in all 3 facets of the game. Their defense has been outstanding. We've seen some plays in special teams, and the offense continues to deliver, showing off all of the playmakers and all of the versatility they have on that side of the football. This could not be better here in the first half for the home team.
Fair catch, called for and made. Drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking downfield, it's Castellanos. With the catch, it's White. Still on his feet at the 45. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. That's quite a start to a drive, and now they'll snap it from midfield. Looking to throw on first down. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. He's got it inside the 30. He's down at the 25-yard line, waning moments of the first half. It is a first down.
Well, definitely a performance to forget if you're this quarterback. Obviously, he's turned it over a lot. He's thrown multiple picks, but he's still out there slinging.
Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Rushes on him. And the quarterback is toast back at the 35.
And it's amazing that they're only trailing by a couple of points in this game because they've turned it over a couple times and they've been sacked a couple times right now. They have no rhythm on offense right now.
Unleashes one deep. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. And the Seminoles need a massive chunk play to move the sticks here on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. He's not afraid to go deep. And a big play on the outside. What a job to keep those feet in bounds and get the completion. And here's the chance to cut into that lead before halftime. First and goal. The defense going to stop the timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And this is a really important series of plays, a chance to cut into the lead just before halftime. Looking for a man, it's Castellanos. Quarterback moving. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Looking downfield, and time is running short. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
I mean, this game has to feel like a living nightmare for this quarterback. We're still in the first half, and this guy, with all the interceptions he's thrown, with all the inaccurate balls, nothing is...
And his fifth interception of the game, a miracle they haven't pulled him yet. And they make the play to stop the scoring opportunity just before the end of the half.
Dude, 2 drives, 2 INTs. I don't know who the backup quarterback is, but I might start thinking about doing something there. Goodness gracious, keep turning the football over. Can't do it. Can't put your defense in a bad spot time after time.
And that'll bring us to the end of the first half as we head to the studio for halftime. Ready to start the second half, and Clemson will kick it away. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Now he's going to break the pocket. Rolling right and going deep. And he's got it inside the 35. And it looked as if he might take that one all the way to the house. Just ran out of a little steam, and the defense finally got it. Looking to throw, it's Castellanos. Got his man quickly. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. The Seminoles want to crank the tempo. Going to sling it on second down. Under fire. He'll pull it down and run. Not enough space. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there.
And they're going to need a lot more of this to get back in this football game. They're trailing. They're trying to make plays. I like the decision-making of the young man. Don't force the football. You already got to make big plays. The defense knows it, too. Nice job pulling it down, scrambling, getting the first down. Now you got to keep it going.
Looking for just 1 more yard. It's second and goal. Tries again to get it in. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown. Great example of how a second half can really change everything for a team.
No doubt. First half looked bad. It looked like it was bleak. It looked like it was ugly. But now you're starting to get it turned around. More drives like this is what's needed.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll call for the fair catch here. drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Wants to go up top on first down. Throws to the wideout. And that is interception number 3 on the day. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
And this guy's showing off his hands again, understanding where the football's going. He breaks on the football so quick. And guess what? He makes plays when he breaks on it. That's 2 interceptions here through 3/4 of a football game.
To the air, it's Castellanos. Bringing the heat. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
The bad news is it's incomplete, but the good news was the quarterback, I think, made the right decision that time, actually throwing it away. He's been burned a couple times early in this one with some picks in this game, and so that...
Touchdown Seminoles! You thought they were done. They're not. They're back, baby! The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
Now to make sure this kickoff team covers it well and not give back that last score. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Motion from the wideout. Looking downfield on first down. And the completion to the sideline. A solid pickup, but not enough for the first down.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
The Tigers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. A run to the quarterback. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
And the Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Back to throw, it's Klubnik. Grab near the marker, it's Moore. And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on 3rd down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the first. Well done.
Here comes Clemson with another first down. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Wants to throw on first down. Caught in the backfield. It's Randall. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring him for some yardage.
Yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some more blocking and better blocking downfield. Give the defense credit, though. They were able to rally and made a tackle.
To the air on 2nd down. And that one had some juice on it, but it's incomplete. I know you want to go to this guy because he's made so many plays for you, but when he's doubled, surely somebody else has a much easier play to make.
And it might not be the stud that he is, right? Like, I might not find another guy that's a baller like him, that's a playmaker, but now I got one-on-one matchups elsewhere that I got to go take advantage of. If they're going to double cover him, I'm going to take advantage of some matchups somewhere else.
On 3rd and going to have to throw for it. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming. Motion from the wide receiver. On fourth down, they'll pass for it. Makes a grab past the marker. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that fourth down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
Clemson set up with another first down. Leaves it with the running back. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll move the wide receiver. Dropping back, it's Klubnik. Moving away from pressure. Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
This defensive end is an animal. He already has 2 sacks, and we're only in the third quarter. I'd move him around a little bit more defensively so that the offense has no idea where he's lining up. Because right now, man, he is feasting.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Got his man to the left. It's a running room. Touchdown, Tigers. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. The old saying is pick your poison. Both of them are lethal when you deal with this guy. He fits that Clemson quarterback mold.
That's what stinks. So, yeah, I got to come up and worry about his legs and make sure I bring a safety down to be aggressive in stopping this Clemson running attack, and then he throws it over my head. So tough to defend when you get all the speed, the running game going, the tempo, and then a quarterback that can run and throw. Good luck.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. To the air on first down. Going to try to get it himself. And he gets the first down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin. And the Noles want to pick up the tempo.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy's in here.
Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long.
That's a big-time play on the D-line right there. And listen, you know, they've had a lot of NFL guys in recent years up front. William the Fridge Perry, old-school Clemson great on the D-line. He'd be proud of watching that performance on that last play. This guy right here, man, sometimes he just looks like a throwback.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Scanning the field, it's Castellanos. And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the 3rd. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Defense dropping into soft coverage. Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete. It's getting loud in here, and they may raise the dues on Ipte if they can stop them on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Buys a little time with his feet. Wide open downfield. They absolutely had to have that third down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get the third down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. Touchdown, Knowles! A Lazarus-like comeback is underway. Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red zone, this quarterback didn't have anybody open. Didn't panic. He just decided, man, I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to use my wheels and put up 6 on the board. And he did just that.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Put this one in play, first snap of the drive from the 25. Looking to throw, it's Clubton. Got his man in the middle. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
I'll be honest, man, if I had the weapons these guys had offensively, I'd be staying aggressive too. It's what got them to this point. It's why they have the lead here in the fourth quarter. Take some shots when those opportunities present themselves.
After the big play to start, now they are on the move at their own 45. Looking to throw on first down. Got him downfield. Turning it on. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30.
Nice patience by the quarterback here working against zone coverage. He was allowing his receiver an opportunity to find that open space in the defense before pulling the trigger.
They'll snap it from the 30 on first down. Easy. Looking to throw on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Williams. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
You got to love how they just continue to do what they do. It's the fourth quarter. You got a lead. There's no reason to get conservative. We're a passing offense. Great job on first down, better job on second down. This offense continuing to stay in a rhythm.
A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. Direct snap. It's Davidson. Pulled down at the closer and closer to pay dirt.
And that's really nice offensively because you're in the red zone. You do have an opportunity to add to your lead here, but you're staying in bounds. I think the clock right now is the most important thing. How can we keep this thing ticking away? By going down in bounds, you're doing exactly that.
On the direct snap, it's Randall. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive.
Yeah, and I'm not surprised. I mean, you put the ball in your best player's hands. Like, late in the game, you've got to trust your guy. I'm interested to see what they do here on third down coming up. Let's call it third and interesting, right? Top clock ticking down. Do I trust my QB to throw the football? I got the lead. I want that clock to continue to roll.
They'll run it to keep the clock moving. Didn't get much, picked up a yard, and that will leave them with 4th and 2. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And now the lead's extended a little further. So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Wants to throw. It's Castellanos. Dances away to buy time. Pass rush. Gets there. Gets home. Gets him down at the 23. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. These corners going to give these receivers some space. Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete.
I think at this time, you just have to throw caution to the wind. You're down by a lot. You're deep in your own end late, so you're just going to be throwing it. The defense knows it. They're pinning their ears back. You're going to have to get rid of it early. Someone is going to have to step up and make a play, and that's going to have to happen a couple of different times if you're going to win this game.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
After that incompletion, 4th and long now on your own side of the field, you're trailing in the 4th quarter. What's your go-to play call here in the passing game? Where is the matchup that you trust in to come up with a big one to give yourself a chance to stay alive and win this game?
On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Fires to the wideout. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. And now when you have a solid lead like this, Jesse, you find out, can you deliver the knockout punch?
And we're expecting them to come out here and just run the football, bleed the clock, let the big uglies up front get some push and ball security, David. That's premium.
Yes, take care of the football. Don't make any dumb mistakes. Be physical. And listen, if they want to load the box, don't be afraid to take a shot.
They'll keep it on the ground. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. The Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. To the ground to try to move the chains. They'll make the stop, but that first down ought to ice it. They should be able to kneel this one out. They'll try to get it in with the run. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And you're seeing on both sides really hard to run the football in this one. You've got to give both of these defenses tons of credit. They are so physical up front. These defensive lines can take the game over, and right now, it's tough sledding on the ground.
The run up the middle, looking for the score. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on third down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on third down.
Timeout called by the defense. 23 seconds left on the clock. And now on fourth down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Dead center perfect. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
I really like the decision by this offense because now they got to score 2 touchdowns. Time is not on their side. I can stay very, very conservative. Use that clock. I like the decision by this offense.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Dropping back, it's Castellanos. He's going up top here late in the game. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
And I understand the logic by the offense here. Obviously, you're down in this game. You're trying to claw back into it. Why not take a shot? Why not be aggressive in that time? They just can't come up with a completion.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. Here's a heat. Complete downfield. At the 45 on his way. He goes out of bounds. Big pickup on the play, but it might be too little too late. And after this play, the cake will be baked. Corners are going to bail. A shot toward the end zone. And the pass goes incomplete, looking to make things look a little tighter on the scoreboard, but that's going to do it. It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a rivalry game. We did, and certainly this was a huge win.
Yeah, and you started, you circled it, you were ready for this team. This is the rivalry you put a lot of stock in all offseason. You're talking about this game in particular. You go out and get the dub. It's a relief because you definitely wanted this team.
And it's bragging rights for everybody, for the coaching staff, for the fans, but how about for the players as well? For another 365 days, you can talk about how you went out, you dominated, and you beat your rival. A lot of these guys are going to go on to the NFL. They'll be in locker rooms next year. They'll be talking about this for a long time.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.